Hi, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how you can use the Savvas, formerly Pearson, eTextbook materials within your Schoology course. To get access to these files for elementary, you need to start at the KISD Elementary Curriculum and Instruction group, and then choose Resources. Navigate to Teacher Virtual Learning Resources. And it's the Savvas Pearson Thin Common Cartridges. They're called Thin Common Cartridges because some of the activities may not have the full features as when students are logging into the Realize site through Clever. But they should be able to access most of the materials, but the assignment feature doesn't work here. And if they take a quiz, if the multiple choice, only the answers come over. So you wouldn't be able to see the answer choices that they made. So no assignments and just the right or wrong data. It's not specific answers. But we have the Thin Common Cartridges for literacy, math, science, and social studies in English and Spanish for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. In some cases, we have the lower grades common cartridges here, but there's not a lot of purpose for those because they won't work within Seesaw. So we have an English and Spanish folder. There are multiple ways that you can use these files. I'm going to use 5th grade as my example. And many of the subjects have 2 folders because the files were so large that we had to request that Savvas split them. That was part of the delay in getting them up and running. So for literacy, you'll have 2 folders. For math, you'll have 2 folders. Science and social studies for 5th grade are each just 1 folder. But within there, you have all of the resources that your students would have in Realize. When you see this is a tool, and you could launch this specific tool by clicking on it, and it looks like that external tool icon. Students may be prompted to open in a new window. If at this point students are prompted for a login, then that's your cue to have them clear their cache and perhaps restart the browser or try in another browser. But so these should function mostly the same as they would in Realize.
How to use a glossary.
Okay, so you see that. Looks very much like Realize. Now you also may have folders of materials. Within there might be more and more materials. So you might have to drill down to find exactly what you wanted. So now within each one of these folders, there are hundreds of items. Now you can copy this entire folder. You can only copy one at a time because they're large amounts of files. But let's say you wanted the 5th grade literacy materials directly into your 5th grade course. So what you could do is you check it, and then over here you would do add to course. It'll take a minute to load depending on how many courses you have. I have several. I'm going to copy this into my sandbox course, which I must have already passed. You can put it specifically within a folder. If you don't, it will go down to the bottom of your course materials. I'm just going to not choose a folder so I can see exactly where it lands. And that might take some time to copy over because there are a lot of files. I'm going to go to that course and go to my materials. Oh, and I said it would land at the bottom, didn't I? So it's at the bottom. Okay, so this is the folder that I copied over, and I can expand that, and it will take some time for everything to come in. But as you expand it, then you can see everything that was in there. And you might also get a message that says your large operation is currently being executed. That means a ton of files are being copied from one place to the other. So now, once you copy all of those materials, your students will have access to all of the materials that come in. So you have a choice. You can use these one item at a time. So you could drag this specific item that you wanted to use for your course and put it exactly in the day folder that you want to use it. And you can choose to leave this published so that your students have access to the entire eTextbook in their course, or you can unpublish that and just pull out those items as you need them and put them within your day folder. Another option that you have would be to expand this folder and find the one specific item that you want to use and copy to your course. If you did that, you might want to copy it directly into the day folder. But I know those day folders can be a little bit difficult for some people to navigate because that list can become very long. It's completely up to you how you want to use that. Your other option for using these files is that you could take the entire or half of the entire file and put it, if you save this IMSCC file in your resources, then you will have access to it in your resources, and you will not need to go to the curriculum group. So to do that, you would click on it to download it, and it will go into your downloads. If you were to try to open this folder on your computer and try to open these files, it wouldn't work. So once you've downloaded it, then you're going to go to your resources and you can import it. When you import it, then you're going to have a new collection and you're going to do Common Cartridge, and you could call this 5th grade literacy. That's what it is. And click next, and then attach the file. You would find that file that you just downloaded, and click next. And you're going to get that same message that says your files are being transferred into Schoology. And so that would make a collection here at the bottom of your personal resources. So those would be in resources, personal, and you probably won't have as many collections as I have here. But so your 3 choices are to copy an entire folder from the group into your course. So virtual teaching sources, Savvas Thin Common Cartridge, English drill to your grade level. You can copy this entire folder to your course, or you could copy just a couple of items to your course, add to course, or you could download the entire IMSCC file and save it in your resources for later use. Please feel free to reach out to Learning Services if you have questions about using Schoology or Savvas or anything that we can help you with. I hope that you find great use out of these Thin Common Cartridge files.